Better Marksman is not just my personal brand or my YouTube channel or my training company. Better Marksman really is the embodiment of my mission to make as many good, responsible people as possible. It's not just about increasing, your shooting performance, and it's certainly not just about this sport that we've come to love so much. It always has been from the start about building these skills so that they can be responsibly used should good people ever need to become violent.
Keep car flicker, hallway hum, better hop by, know where I'm from, home switch car, still outside, half in the winds, cold on the side, safe in the closet, stacked like bricks, tag still hanging off every flip, phone face down, screen face up, missed calls climb, I don't look once, dice on the desk, from the last loss, ashtray full, like a coin toss, view from the window, pure facade, fake Eiffel Tower, man-made God.
Out in Vegas, crowds like smoke. Every hand reaches, still feel broke. Alone in Vegas.
I'm about to put this scope on the PCC just to see how things change. That's way too big. I really don't need to do this though, because today's going to be a pretty pistol heavy day. Yeah, let me just not mess with it. That was a sign. The torque not being enough. Here's that limb cat. You can see it just floats like it's on rails. And it sounds so crispy. Limb Cat, the company that makes these guns, set it up to where it's a random raffle. So 45th place never felt so good. I didn't have a very great match that day. It's good. I'm probably gonna shoot like 300 rounds today. So I've been trying to stretch more, but they're probably gonna shoot me up with steroids, or they're either gonna have me take oral steroids again, which I might even just ask for that. But yeah, right here has been super inflamed for like the last 4 months or so. And the last pistol competition I shot was Factory Gun Nationals in June. So I'm excited to see what we do with the new gun. If I were to pinpoint one exact time when it happened, in early June, there was like a Thursday where it started kind of flaring up right around here anytime I squeezed a gun. And everything else was totally fine. I was going to the gym still, able to do pull-ups, barbell stuff, whatever. But gripping a gun with that like clamping force with my hand just was really frustrating. So that started on like a Thursday. And then I went to a big class where I shot like 800 rounds of handgun in one weekend. And then driving home from that, I knew I had screwed something up. And went to a doctor. He was expensive, didn't really do much. It was like a private practice doctor who like specialized in sports stuff, and that didn't help much at all. And then I went to Ohio for my first nationals on like an oral cycle of corticosteroid pills, and that kind of helped. I shot the match relatively fine, but it wasn't pain-free, and I haven't been pain-free for about 4 months now. So that's why I got into the rifle shooting, and then with the rifle shooting, I got Arkansas state champion. So it worked out pretty well. And then you shoot a target up, it's got a bunch of holes in it. pretty fast with it, to where you're covering your holes incredibly fast. So this is like if you're playing a video game and you can get a perk where you get XP faster, like, and it's good to take it early on. Like this is that, but for shooting. Like you buy this shit as soon as you possibly can, and it's gonna save you so much time.
Always down because I shoot
be certified
out
to be able to take
of double action, which is double action, single action gun, so carry optics, and that's a limited optics gun. So no matter what that gun can fire from the hammered cocked back, gun can't fire with the hammer down. So it's kind of like a safety rule. Walking around, you know, same thing with a PCC chamber flag.
8 weeks.
Yeah, so the big two differences between our setups that you'll see are his gun does not have like the magwell.
Yeah.
So if you were to put a magwell on there, he would go to my division. And then also his very first shot is going to be double action, meaning when he pulls that trigger, it's going to be a heavier pull because it's pulling the hammer back and then dropping it. Whereas this gun is single action only. So the hammer's always going to be back, and it gives you a very crisp trigger pull for the first shot onwards. After the first shot,
Yeah,
his
so
experience is similar too.
we'll show them a little bit what I'm
Yeah.
talking about here. So reciprocates with a bullet in there, they'll come back like this, and so now I'm in single action like how Eric is, and I just have to touch that trigger. That's all I got to do. So I jumped the buzzer because
I'm probably going to lay off the dry fire practice. I have that doctor appointment tomorrow. I'm going to ask them for steroids.
So switching my grip the past couple days and in dry fire, look how much more the red spots spread out.
So I got to get
Compare, like, so I'm getting more of a
Did it used to be a
positive
smaller spot?
small spot right here.
And then we're going to manipulate our triggers 3 different ways. Okay, the first way is going to be prep, 5 prep shots. The next is going to be a controlled slap. So those with trigger safeties, this is where you're going to just feel yourself take that trigger safety up and then finish the trigger press. And then the last 5 are going to be full-on slaps. Okay, we're going to do all this to the head box.
But it don't impress. Your bright lights stand under my sunset finesse. Palm trees swaying while your concrete cracks. Golden hour hits harder than your subway tracks. Your boroughs all brawling, no unity in sight. We keep it laid back. But
3 or 4. Those are like the first 4, and then the rest were just. What? What? I'll do it again.
Coast to coast, we raising the stakes. While your beats break down, we make the ground quake. Coast to coast, we taking the fight from the left to the right. Who's the king of the mic? Coast to coast, we raising the stakes. While your beats break down, we make the ground quake. Good. Yo, your beaches are dreams, but your words are weak. We got the hustle, the muscle, the Wall Street peak. You roll with surfers, we roll with schemes. Big city shadows.
It's supposed to be a wish for that.
Supposed to use that vest for fishing.
What?
I don't use my vest.
Do you use it on your hands?
No, I don't. I don't intentionally use it on my hands, but it ends up on my hands. 'Cause, like my whole skincare routine is literally just like I have a beef tallow balm. And, like I wash my face with bar soap and I get out of the shower and then I put a little beef tallow.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I cook with beef tallow. I don't put it on my skin.
Same thing with Paul. I was like, hey.
Okay, so a lot of you guys that are like in the 4.5 second and over territory are doing the exact same 2 things. And I don't want to overload your brain, so it's just 2 cues here. I don't even need to shoot. When you guys are doing this, the first thing I'm seeing is you'll draw the gun, you'll shoot your first 2 shots, and then you're bringing the gun in and punching it right back out. Breaking your index like that is going to add roughly like 0.75 just by doing that. And some of you are doing it twice, especially on that second rep where you're traveling and then staying and hosing those 2 targets from that final position. So that's really rough. And then as far as accuracy goes, the other thing I'm seeing a lot of you do, and I probably may have done this too, is you shoot, say you did this correctly and you kept the gun out the whole time, but then you move and you guys end up like twinkle toes like this. If this target was more difficult, how do we think it's going to reflect on the target? Not well. Company called no, there's a company called the Van Man Company. They make like a tooth powder and a mouthwash, like all these other like natural health
I've seen
products. Dude, let me be a hippie, man.
I've seen Brett Cooper talk about beef tallow.
You're cackling.
Yeah, I just think it's funny.
Hey, Nasty.
We were laughing about the bacon grease, the
Yeah.
pork tallow.
I don't rub it on my skin, but I do believe cooking with it is better for you than using like
Canola oil. Olive oil is good.
I love all of it.
Canola oil is not.
avocado oil.
The ultimate trick is getting a 2011 for free and then having to drop $1,000 on mags.
Yeah, that's
Hey, imagine if it drops.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Starting right here in front of the yellow stick, you're gonna draw center target 2 to the head box. As soon as you take that shot, you're gonna break off left or right. I don't care which way you go first, okay? But as soon as you break off the left target, if I'm going this way, it gets 2 to the head box. As soon as I confirm that, that has to be done on the move. There is no gaming this, running up there, shooting the head box, then the body, okay? Not gaming it. I'm forcing you to shoot the head box on the move. Box, then I can run up to the stick, 2 to the body. As I retreat from this stick on the left side, I will take my gun and go right over my shoulder. Okay? You can, if I'm coming back from this way, because we have to come back from each side. So as soon as I shoot the 2 on the body, I'm going to retreat, come back. Another static head box. Static head box. Then again, breaking off on the move, 2 to the head box on the right. Running up to the stick, 2 to the chest. As I retreat from there, I will break over to the left. I will keep my muzzle glued to the berm. I will run back. I will turn back into the gun, ending it on another 2 static to the head box.
Cigarette smoke curls like a question mark. Street lights blink, they're my only spark. Oh, the night knows, yeah, the night knows. Every scar I show, every wound that grows. It's a cold confession under starry shows. Oh, the night knows, yeah, the night knows. Mirrors crack, but it sees me whole. Pour another glass, let it drown my soul.
Because I didn't take any makeups here. And I felt it happen too.
All right, you suck that away. You got time. I'm picking. Next bird, jump up there.
Go faster. Go faster.
Screwed up this time. I'm so tired.
You tired?
Yes. I don't think you understand what our son has put me through today. Yeah, you tell him.
Take this baby, these cookies.
What? I just put it in there like a few minutes ago.
Yeah, you wrong for that.
I didn't know you
I've
were
said-
gonna want one.
This boy. I love him so much. Hey, mister.
Can
Did Dad
Daddy
have his drink back? Thank you.
Say you're welcome. That's the correct wordage. Can you say narwhal?
So, I'd say we're friendly.
You'd say we're friendly?
Yeah. So, Lainey and I have been married for almost 3 years now. We met in the fall of 2023.
2022.
That's right.
October 2022.
And then James, our son, was born in December of 2023.
Yeah. 3. Yeah.
She didn't even say a word. She just like slapped
I
the.
was shocked.
Yeah.
I
She
was
slapped the
shocked.
positive pregnancy test on the desk, and then she just sits down like on the floor next to me and just stares up at me. And I'm looking at her eyes, and from my perspective, all I see in her eyes is this this yearning for leadership in that moment. And I was like, what kind of a man would I be if I were to do anything but like really take the helm of this ship and let her feel safe and secure, knowing that like I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that not just I, but we are taken care of. So I think the first sentence that came out of my mouth was like, so we're getting married. And then we did. So been to the range several times, and he's really loved that. He, in the last 2 months, and especially in the last month and a half or so, has really started picking up on a lot of what Daddy does. And what Daddy does outside of the tech stuff is shoot guns, right? So he's like at the point now where he's starting to learn like the USPSA range commands and things like that. So he'll be like, ready, stand by, and he'll either say go or he'll mimic the beep that comes from the shot timer. And you saw our YouTube recommended videos, like the dry fire things.
He
That's
asks
actually
for those.
that's been James watching those more so than I have, like because I have so many targets in real life, like the little cardboard ones on the walls and things like that. I'm typically using those. So James has been the one actually making the YouTube feed so saturated with the dry fire videos, just because he loves doing what I'm doing.
There's
So
Miss Rachel, and then there's dry fire.
100%. You know, if someone has a side hustle, it's typically referred to as like the 5 to 9, right? So somebody has a 9 to 5, then they have the 5 to 9 that happens after that. And that is a pretty good way to describe what I've got going on. So I'll work my 9 to 5 job that is the most income and pays the bills. And then for me, that 5 to 9 or sometimes even 5 to midnight period of time throughout a weekday will often be taken up with either gun training or filming videos, editing videos, doing things for my personal brand.
The biggest thing that comes down to like buying your first gun, you probably want to whatever fits well in your hand and, you know, shoot them. There's ranges everywhere. You can go rent the gun and shoot some rounds through it and see which ones you like and don't like, because a lot of the different guns have different felt recoil and stuff like that. And Glocks tend to have a little bit of a downside to them. The grip angle's kind of different. Some of the models are snappier than the other. So just get out there and shoot them, man. So
A class for 2026 by going to bettermarksman.co.com. Still need to get the domain for that. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope this video made you a better marksman. Ah! Wait, this is way better. And as always, thank you for watching. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope this video made you a better marksman. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope this video made you a better marksman.
Here, and I'm making the story short. Younger guy with his girlfriend. You know, we're looking in the house. They didn't ask any of the normal questions like how much is the house or just any of the normal shit that, you know, a ton of buyers would ask. Hadn't seen the house. And so long story short, finally we're getting to the point where he's about to leave. He's walking out of one of the bedrooms. I'm in the front room. And I don't know if you've ever had that moment where like adrenaline dumps, something's wrong in the moment, right? The way he's looking at me, maybe I'm being paranoid, right? I'm the guy with the gun, whatever. So I go home and we've got this system where I can look him up. Turns out he's a 2-time felon, assault, forgery, burglary, did time in prison. Like his only answer to like, hey, why are you looking for a new house was I don't want to be homeless. Like everything was wrong about it. And I'm telling you, it was just that feeling, like his eyes changed when he was walking out of the room. It was like I'm sizing you up, walking towards you, and I kind of put some distance between us, and I'm just standing there. And I think he saw my headshot, you know, on my realtor, and I'm in my suit, I'm looking all nice, and then I get there, and I'm looking bearded, and just not exactly maybe the same target he was thinking about. And luckily, my wife was still in the car. But 100%, what he was there for was not to look at the house. Yeah, and I don't normally carry. Yeah, I don't normally carry, but I have been ever since then. So.
dude, I always have one. What is on your books for today, like drills wise?
Flat range stuff.
Okay.
Then entries and exits. You can see I've been setting up. So once we finish the flat range stuff, I've been polishing the way I run these classes so they flow better with time.
Yeah.
We've got all this for the flat range. Okay. Then when it's time to move to the entries and exits, we're gonna take these and go bam, bam, bam. So that'll be closer, that'll be closest. And then we have these entries and exits here. So I'll have y'all start from the outside, kind of reverse, and then you finish on your middle target, and we can have 2 shooters at a time running it this way.
Okay.
So we'll have a shooter here, and they can either start from the center for an entry drill, so bang, bang, then they enter the position and finish, or they'll start here for an exit drill, and I'll show them both ways, like slicing the pie and then reverse slicing it, and then finishing that way.
This is that way, and it's a square drill, and you have 2 targets in the middle of the square, like downrange, obviously. And so you'll start and you draw, and you're constantly moving, and so it's working on putting 2 on a target and transitioning as you're moving, and then the same thing as you go around the cone.
So 4 shots have to be fired in between each cone?
Correct.
Yeah.
And so like you're working on forward movement, side movement, left and right, and retreating. So it's all like pretty good, I guess, basics of shooting in USPSA, because you see that type of movement throughout a lot of stages. But my question to you is how far would that have to be? Because obviously, like, you know, you can probably rip some 4 shots pretty quick. Would you say like 3 yards, 5 yards?
The spacing between the cones for me would depend on the distance from the target.
Okay. I guess that would come into play too, because
honestly, no, not even, because like it'd be really fun to have that variety of like short distance movement, and then
long distance.
There's no need to be like, okay, I'm gonna take my first shot a quarter of the way through the movement.
I know what you're saying.
My second shot, it's like you don't want to artificially space that out. Like my vision should always be the driver of whether or not I'm pulling the trigger. But you should stack pressure onto the trigger until it goes off. Right. So instead of me slapping the trigger like I have a amazing habit of doing, I'm going to turn my dot down just a little bit. So Nathan's a very new shooter, and he's got 3 Charlies on this side, 3 Charlies on this side, 1 touching the paster, which is very good, and then you've got the rest alphas, right? You probably kind of felt these too, right? Where you were like, oh, that one didn't feel as good. I've got 4 touching the paster. You're slapping, right? And it's kind of off to the right.
Okay.
When I see that in a right-handed shooter, I'm gonna think that there's some kind of impulse coming in from your support hand, because you're like, you hear the beep, and you're like, okay, now it's time to shoot. And then your support hand kind of takes over. This is much less common than the firing hand taking over on the slap. But all you have to do is like set the pressure of your left hand and do not change it.
Okay.
You're gonna start here, your feet in front of you, and you're gonna have 2 people shoot at once. So you'll draw, bang bang on your target, then you move. As you cross the barrel stack, you can start engaging these 3 targets, and you'll finish on the 3rd. There's 2 ways to shoot this. So we're shooting it in reverse. I'm gonna start here and then end where we started on the entry, okay? We can either come in and keep ourselves oriented towards the next target, or we can shoot this and creep out as we're leaving.
The shaking world is quaking, but I'm waking. Push the way, push it higher, set the fire, feel the burn, never stop, never turn.
You want to do designated target? What I'm doing would not be allowed by IPSC.
Okay. What are you talking about?
There's a ton of world shoot athletes that are doing it though, because no testing happens, even though they say that you're subject to the list. So sometimes I'll finish training and I'll have like only 1 round left. And ever since I started shooting, even well before I started competing, I just came up with this thing where it's like I've got a bullet in a dream, and I wanted to do something like obtuse that felt like it was outside my skill level, but almost achievable. So I'm gonna go hopefully like a 1.3 draw to this head box. I've gotta punch that credit card. See what I can do. He's gonna have an eye patch. I think that's the correct pattern. This is my first time using a trait in a factory, and I figured since I was adding it last that I would simply put it last in the argument it's being passed.
Okay.
But I guess that didn't work. And I should have caught that locally. I've just been having I've been having a huge headache trying to run the tests locally, so I've been having to rely on Jenkins to build it each time.
Okay.
I think that should be the only issue left, because before I made that change, the only issue was those 3 tests were failing because we had changed the way that the service worked. Cover all my shit too. This looks so clean. Delicious. I love me some tire shine.
It smells good too. What do you use, coverall? No, it's
You want to move. You haven't heard the Mustang since I redid the exhaust. Have you ever heard the Mustang?
Fire that bitch up.
I have a leak.
What's leaking?
Vacuum. Yeah, see, vacuum leak. Vacuum leak.
Duct tape.
put it in the back seat.
Yeah, because there's only 3 of us riding in this.
I mean, it doesn't stink. Okay. I know what you're saying.
Let's go. Everyone in the car convoy will have radios that are mounted into the vehicles. Dude, we turned like a 4-hour drive into a 3-hour drive from Tennessee to Indiana once, just by hauling ass and then like creating gaps in the interstate, because it was like rush hour too, and they would just be like making a gap, and then they would like brake and make a gap for us to merge in, and we were just like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Felt like some shit out of a movie. It was crazy. I want to get all the local homies with radios in their cars so we can do the same thing.
You have to go at least 100 to make that much time, though.
Oh yeah. What y'all doing? Hello?
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 Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Are y'all still trying to eat Chipotle in Texarkana?
Are you still trying to suck my penis from the back?
No.
The sun don't reach, weary eyes know the light don't pierce down in the mines. 40 years, like 40 lives, only whistles blowing to mark the time. Oh.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
As soon as we can, let's pass it.
Okay, I will pass him aggressively.
Try to find something I can throw at him.
That long wall to the sound of hammer and steel, steel on stone. Yeah, we work those fingers to the bone. Oh.
Clear.
No bend. Thought he was gonna hurt.
I don't know where it went after I hit it, if I'm being honest.
So I have to tell them I'm not competing in carry optics A class, but I'm competing in limited optics. If they don't let me change, I do have my entire block set up. But I really want to compete with the limit.
Nice to see you. Good luck.
These are the scaled dry fire targets from Ben Sticker Pro Shop. So we punched these out of the template, and we're going to use these at the Airbnb this weekend. It'll be good.
How cold is it, Eric?
I was going to put it down your shirt. This is anti-inflammatory gun now.
I bet it's cold as fuck. It makes me feel any better. He saw it as soon as he opened the fridge, and I was like,
All of you.
I knew you'd find it eventually. You're not completely retarded.
Did you look at the thing?
I didn't actually hear if it connected to it or not. It has not connected to it yet. It's connected. But it doesn't say mine's connected to it.
It must be.
Dude, I'm excited for the match. I'm just gonna stay safe, shoot my match. I know it's a new platform, so yeah, I'm just gonna go out there, have fun, do what I do. But the moment I did a more complicated exercise, like a mini stage or something, everything came together. So I'm probably only gonna shoot like a mag or two at the warm-up bay.
I don't care about anything other than just I need to pull the trigger on with a live round.
Where's your clip?
Just put it in the bottom.
Same chill, no reason. Hard cold, still breathing. Look, phone buzz in the dark, got me wired up. Name flash on the screen, feel the fire jump. You say pull up, whole block in a time warp. Same backseat.
You have 3 minutes to complete your walkthrough. Your time starts now.
You were talking like we never really in. Now the echoing always. All I get, you give me goosebumps. Hey, that is you. Skin start to shiver when I slide through. Every time I say I'm done with this move, you make the room spin. Do what you do. Goosebumps, yeah, that is you. Hands still shake when I'm close to the truth. Every time I think I'm over this view, you hit my line and I'm begging that you. Bad road, yeah, windows down, we were too loud. You were rolling up dreams I can do now. Talking about a crib in a new town. Now we strangers in the story that we do out. I've been drowning in the things I never taste. Typed out low, then I hit that X. You post new pics tryna flex that X. I scroll too slow, yeah, cut that chest. Late night, I replay all the back calls. You lipstick stains on my black coat. I was dead, I cried at the back door. We were both too high, couldn't handle. Goosebumps, that is you. Skin start to shiver when I slide through. Every time I say I'm done with it, move. You made the room spin, do what you do. Goosebumps, that is you. Hands still shake when I'm close to the truth.
Two outfit, Eric.
Hey, you get this one?
Yeah.
I'll take that. I need to figure out what's going on with the gun.
Yeah. He's painting more taken. Gotcha.
Hey. Yeah.
That's not mine. That's not mine. Can you help me? Is that the one?
Blazer.
This is a blazer.
Where is Eric?
Right here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Scott's not here?
Not to my knowledge.
Mike, Joshua, Allen. Mike, Joshua. You find the shitty one? I'm your CRO. Assisting me today is Jimmy and Brandon. Hanger 18 is a 22 round, 100
10 IPSC targets and 2 steel. Start signal is audible. Start position is standing with both feet touching start stick, facing downrange. Handgun is loaded and holstered, wrist below belt. Any PCCers? Unaudible signal. Engage all targets within the shooting area. Best 2 hits on paper, and steel must fall to score. This on paper or activate swinger S1 remains visible from rest. This fine little yellow ribbon here. During the course of fire, you can't go underneath it or over it. You got to go around the front of it. Okay. That steel is dodging me.
I moved and I'm like,
Eric is our shooter, followed by Scott, then Mike.
Stand by.
Rough start, but we cleaned it up.
2 Alpha, 2 Alpha, 2 Alpha.
Hey, went to war on
All scored.
Alpha, baby.
Think so.
Good job.
Work on steel.
18 Alpha.
On a few
4
targets.
Charlie, 2104, give you 484.
If you had said 18 Charlie, I would have tried, so appreciate you.
Mike's our shooter, followed by Josh.
I shot better.
Mine your way.
But we're only, now I'm just looking for where I put my bag. Like that, you know. These are stuff that-
This match sucks for irons.
It's a tough match. A lot that can go wrong. But they're not going to go wrong. And I'm going to shoot my sights.
No, definitely not. None of it's nothing that we can't do.
So something I'm not used to is having to clean mags.
You can always try to go to like a 17-pound knee free and see if that fixes it. I think.
So heavier will make the hammer fall harder?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we run a 17 with 3 coils cut.
MPA does?
Yeah, I think so, but I could be wrong. It could be 15 with 3 coils cut. In which case you're fine. But
Dude, I appreciate the info.
yeah, of course.
Good luck on the rest of the match.
Ammo's dusty enough it's not going back in my...
So hit factor scoring in 30 seconds. If you're familiar with video games, this will be very familiar to you. So it's all going to be about points divided by time. So it's essentially your points per second is going to be your final score. With these targets here, you can see we have 3 different scoring zones. There's the A zone, the C zone, and the D zone. So these are worth 5 points, 3 points, and 1 point respectively. And if you're shooting major, it's 5, 4, and 2. But we're all shooting minor today. So every target is worth 10 possible points because the best 2 per paper count. So if I shoot 1 here and then 1 in the D zone, that's only 6 points. But if I make it up, now I get the full 10. You'll also see no shoots and then hard cover. So no shoots are white, so you'll often see setups like this, where if you hit this, you're penalized. And then hard cover targets will not give you an extra penalty, but they will be counted as misses. So this is the only part that you can hit. And that's the entire scoring system in about a minute.
You ripped it on the
Yes,
middle
sir.
position.
Long
Yeah.
targets.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
you're like
those-
bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang,
just
bang.
good shots. Dot was there.
Good work, good work.
It's like a 5-3 or 5-2-7.
This is the shooter, Erik.
Don't talk regardless. The work gon' answer. Used to count change on the bus seat. Now I sign deals over lunch meat. Same hoodie, same shoes, same hunger. Only thing different is the number on the bumper. Yeah. Mama on her knees in that back row. Praying over bills, talking Lord, no. I was writing plans in a crack phone. Turn every maybe to a backbone. They laughed at the vision. Said it's too much. Now they quote my lines like a group tape.
I just keep receipts.
I don't keep strip. Yeah.
I just keep receipts.
Let the proof flex. Yeah.
Lord knows, every loss, every late night show. What you playing in the dark still grows. I was down bad, now the whole crowd rolls. Hands up. Lord knows, had my back when the doors stay closed. When I walk through now, that's all. I ain't gotta say a word. Lord knows.
Cousin did time for the wrong crowd. Came home quiet, but his eyes loud. Told me never trade soul for a payout, so I left a few checks on the table on the way out. Labels want a story they could sell quick, but they never stayed around when the renting. I remember 3 tinted windows limit. I don't pray for a win, I pray peace. Cause the crown feel heavy when you can't sleep. They only see highlights on the big screen. They ain't see me bleed on the concrete, nah.
Lord knows, every loss, every late night shows. What you playing in the dark still grows. I was down bad, now the whole crowd rolls. Hands up, Lord knows, had my back when the doors stay closed. When I walk through now, that's all. I ain't gotta say a word, Lord knows.
Hands to the sky for the days we survived.
We survived.
Tears on the floor, but we still gon' ride.
We survived.
Whenever you see shiny metal, after you put it, I'll put the grease on the hammer hook. And if you don't know what that is, when the hammer's back, like this, the hammer's back here, you look right up in here, and you'll see like this little end, like a little pointy thing.
Yeah.
Put it on that. It helps a little bit with the engagement and the release. Keeps it smooth and airing, all that shit. That's where the sears and the hammer engage.
Round 125-point Comstock long course. There are 10 IPSC targets and 5 steel. The start signal is audible. The start position is standing with both feet touching start stick, facing downrange. Handgun is loaded and holstered, wrist below belt. PCC start position is loaded with stock on belt, safety on muzzle, pointing downrange. On the audible start signal, engage all targets from within the shooting area. Best 2 hits on paper and steel must fall to score. We are doing split scoring, so please designate someone to walk down the right-hand side. Since it's a big stage, we just try not to waste time and try not to get backed up. If you have a mic, we will call the shooter over to verify the mic. Well, if, okay, if. I don't want to, curse anybody here.
You pull up late, same crack screen, same old playlist. Talking like you changed, but your dashboard's still a graveyard of ash and ticket stubs. Fast food in the cup holder, that perfume of bad decisions. You still blame on someone older. Crash the basement, shake the floor. Every shadow wants some more. You say you're done and hit repeat. Same old chaos on a loop on a leash. Crash the basement, break that door. If you leave, then leave for sure. You keep saying I'm not that kid, but you talk like you still live the way you did. You flex that job like it's something made of office chairs. But your mom still pays that first of the month despair. You post those photos golden hour, caption like you climb the tower.
I have to find it. I don't know.
We got a hat cam footage, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get that. Maybe figure out what it is. They use it to fire things, I'm pretty sure.
This is the exact same thing that happened. It's an EGW ignition kit. I don't know if that means anything.
The fire pin would be probably one cat's on. Perplexing.
I mean, my own issues were bigger than the jams, but...
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's frustrating with this equipment, too. Compounds.
2 inches off to the left of the target, perfect dead center. So I need to use a red dot is what that was. I hate that I found that out now, but I'm here, so I gotta do it. cents-ish around for copper?
Yeah, you could get, for 1 cent more, you can get Full Metal Jacket.
That's what that...
No, that's plated.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You got some Loctite on there too. That's kind of creep. It moves way too easy.
Yeah, I'm buying.
Okay, try that.
Okay. How would you Loctite it if the screw's always in there?
All I do is I just put some on the tip of like a Q-tip or something, go inside there and just ball it up and then just shake it and let it just kind of
seep in?
Yeah, it just seeps in a little bit.
Okay.
But just blue, you don't want it to seize.
Right. Oh yeah, that's like a glass rod now.
Now hold it, now rack it, and there's going to be your slap. Yeah, that's what I kept on feeling.
Okay, so it's not normal.
That's what I'm thinking. I think what you were feeling before when you thought the gun went off was that click and nothing happened. So, but by reducing the over travel, now when you feel that click, that extra, like you just slap the trigger because it's a close target. But on far targets, you're just like you're trying to do everything steady and soft, which is why you're
Dude, that's brilliant. Yeah.
So.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Treat it like a Glock, I guess.
Ceiling looking like a galaxy. You trace a comment on my hand, say you proud of me. City blur, every color turn to alchemy. You laugh once, then you ask what's inside of me. You put your feet up, resting on the dashboard. Say you
Hell yeah, baby.
wanna fast forward. I hit the gas, let the past get a passport. You in my hoodie, falling through my last thought. Yeah, you my cosmic backseat, leaning on me heavily. Talking about the bad week. I just let the stars talk, you just let your car leak. Every mile we drive, you deeper than a backseat. You my cosmic backseat, riding till the sun creep. Hands out the window, catching every small dream. If the road run out, if the sky start to crack, we you and me in the backseat. You and me in the backseat. Backseat, yeah. In the back, we hit the late night diner for some jelly toast. You swipe my phone, type a note in my memo note. Promise you remember me when the engine smoke. I laugh it off, but my chest feeling heavy though. You paint a future on a glass with your breath fall.
It's not a good day if you're not daydreaming. That's my plan tomorrow. Battlefield and daydreaming. Dude.
Right now I'm injecting myself with peptides. These are proteins that signal your body's natural recovery pathways to work more. So it's different from a steroid in that it's not you adding, like for example, growth hormone to your body. Instead, you are basically sending like a text message to your body. Hey, I need you to start doing this thing that you were already naturally going to do. I just need you to do it a little bit more, right? So the anabolic steroids and stuff, those are referred to as exogenous hormones, and peptides are just proteins that, again, signal your body to do a process that they were already going to do. I hope that makes sense. I'm certainly far from a doctor, but this is, besides occupational therapy, the only thing that's been meaningfully helping me. So what I'm injecting here is called TB500. It's a synthetic version of the naturally occurring peptide thymosin beta 4, and it works together with this other peptide, BPC-157, which you've probably heard of because it's very popular, especially among like the CrossFit community, for promoting soft tissue wound recovery and angiogenesis, which is simply the formation of new, blood vessels and capillaries. And I'm taking a very moderate dose of both of these peptides. You're not keeping these out of refrigeration for too long. So when we transport this stuff, we're gonna have a cooler for it. And of course you wanna be sterile. So rubbing alcohol is important, all those good things. None of these are vitamins, they're all supplements. So there's mood regulation, it helps a ton with stress. Ginkgo biloba, it's a good natural nootropic, helps you with your cognitive stuff. So no sexy powders or anything like that. Just basic vitamins like D3 and zinc, magnesium.
Through the smoke I see my name in lights, but the nights get cold when you climb these heights. Dreams ain't free, they cost your soul in slices. I paid the toll, but man, these roads are lifeless. Who do you call when the silence gets loud? When the mirrors show cracks, but you're stuck in the crowd. I built this all, but the bricks feel hollow. Every win feels borrowed and the losses follow it. Lord knows I've been running through the fire, chasing dreams while I'm sinking in.
So hard to do this shit outside when it's cold as fuck. Your fingers don't work. You tell I'm carrying? Nope. So one of the first things that I learned shooting is index. And in theory, what index is an imaginary line between your eyes and the spot that you're looking on the target. And you want every single time when you draw the gun for your gun to come up and your sights to match that imaginary line, so that you can predictably draw the gun, drive it out, and squeeze that shot as soon as you get to full extension, and the shot will be there. What you don't want to happen is for you to draw the gun, have to come up, manipulate your sights, check it on target, then go back to your sights, then fire the shot. You just don't have time to do this when you're trying to get extreme speeds. So if you want to build confidence in the beginning and cut a lot of time off of your draw with whatever you're carrying, whether it be outside or inside, you have to get index down. And this only comes through a lot of dry fire.
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. On dirt, walk all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. Right back where I left because I know my people needed me. Diamond in the rough, I don't know what it is they see in me. Go down as a legend in my city, big streets. Trying to spread the wealth around the block, no, I can't keep from me. Told me I should leave. I see the bigger picture and it's way bigger than me. Can't be living like that, but my people need to eat. If I got it, then you got it.
Chocolate covered espresso beans. Good range snack.
Where can you get them?
You can get them, I think, at like Costco or Trader Joe's or probably even Whole Foods. They might have them at Kroger, but for some reason I doubt it. Kroger fucking sucks.
One thing that never sat right with me about Better Marksman is that we haven't done any precision shooting on the channel yet. So today, we're finally gonna change that. We're out here at Twisted Barrel Precision in Little Rock, Arkansas, and I'm going to do my first PRS centerfire match. Let's do it.
It is way. How you feeling, Nick? You feeling cold?
I've got doing
No, I'm talking about ballistic profile. I don't care about your zero. Zero's close. That's it. It'll get us where we need to go. I'm talking about the ballistic profile that's going to take your dope bits in 1,000 yards. You can shoot another group if you want. Confirm zero. It's up to you. They're starting to gather though, because we got to do safety briefing.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it now.
I'm good.
Okay.
I've made my bed. It's time to lay in it.
But on top of that, if this is your first or second match, dude, let's give them a hand. That's the main thing involved in sport. I know a lot of us have got a lot of very passionate about this. Some of the best people that you'll ever meet shoot this sport across this nation. Most important rule out here, chamber flags are mandatory. It's non-negotiable, not only for Twisted Barrel, but the PRS organization. Chamber flags are 100% mandatory. So please do that for me. We got to protect the integrity of the sport and safety, make sure that we don't get a bad image on the sport. So please do that for me.
And then what I just shot was my small primer shit. Same charge though.
Primers can change the speed a little bit. We'll put the chrono back on it when you shoot it. We'll chrono the stuff that you're shooting, and then we'll adjust the speed if it's different.
Okay.
Yeah, way too loud in my head, way too up, I can't land. Whole sky bleeding red. I've been wide awake for days, ceiling moving like a wave. Purple halos in my drink, see my shadow misbehave. New scars under this chrome, whole squad talking in code. I don't ever feel alone, just don't ever feel at home. Astro drones in my brain, they just keep on banging. Every thought that I chase, it just keeps on hanging. Too high, too stuck on a loop, I'm hanging. Astro drones in my brain, they just keep on banging. Can't tell dream from the smoke, I'm dragging. Whole world tell, but the floor still slanting. Too high, too stuck on a loop, I'm hanging. Astro drones in my brain, they just keep on banging. Yeah. Glass house, thunder on the roof. She said, tell me something true. I said, none of this is real, but it still feel bulletproof. Eyes red, lies blurred, time bend. Took a left, came back again. Every hallway, same dead end. Every heartbeat, same old friend. Astro drums in my brain, they just keep on banging. Every heart that I chase, it just keeps on hanging. Can't come down, ooh. Every step I'm dragging. Astro drums in my brain, they just keep on banging. Can't tell dream from the smoke, I'm dragging. Whole world tell, but the floor still slanting. Too high, too stuck on a loop, I'm making. Astro drums in my brain, they just keep on banging up. Voices in the back keep chanting my name. I don't know them, but they feel the same pain. Color in the dark keep melting my chain. If I wake up, will it all sound the same? Astro drums
8 stages and 2 stages left. Feeling good. I'm definitely on the line. This wind is kicking everybody's butt, but definitely. So let's get after it. Finish strong. When I took my 0, I was like an inch directly at like 10, 11 o'clock. And John was like, no, don't fuck with your 0 because it's super windy. And I was like, okay, but every time I've missed today, it's been high and left.
They're 6.5 creeds.
You know, a lot of people, when they're trying to go on, like, talk about, you know, gun violence and especially, you know, suicide rates and things like that. And I'm no stranger. I lost a really close friend that I hadn't seen in a year or two, but it's close nonetheless, in middle school. His name was Will. His death was really tragic and young and sad. Another close male friend, you know, took his own life with a shotgun that I helped him buy. I try not to project these very real, very severe tragedies, even if I was anti-gun, you know what I mean? You know, he was just dealing with his own things to where, you know, he would have taken his own life through some other means. About a year after that, the girlfriend that I had dated the longest in my life took her own life the day that we broke up. You know, she left, and I thought she went to go drive back home to where she lived, you know, 3 hours away, and she parked her car outside the apartment complex I was living in, and then stood outside, put her pistol in her mouth, and shot herself. You know, people ask sometimes if that affects me in some crazy way, and I don't know if that's crazy or not, but I don't feel any type of special way about it. It was an incredibly tragic thing, and I hate that it happened, and I mourned her loss as much as anyone else close to her did. But the just to me doesn't add value or take away value from the tragedy of the simple fact that she felt the need to end her life early.
Hey, speaking of SROs, I took some of that Birchwood Casey's, you know what I'm talking about? Because I don't know what to call it. It's, I guess, paint, some kind of paint marker.
Yeah.
Anyways, I took it, and you know where I fucked up the SRO of Joe's with the drill bit? Ended up taking that, and you can't even see now. Hell, looks like it never happened.
Very nice. Yeah, I want to get
And
some
then
of the Birchwood.
One thing I'm kind of worried about at this rage match we're doing is I've been seeing them fucking reholster their pistols, and I'm not fucking set up for that. So I need some kind of,
what do you mean?
I guess, recommended gear. Well, I've seen, from Alex's video, there is a stage where you're standing like on a hill and you're out long range. You engage with your rifle, you sling it, you go to pistol, you engage 3 steel poppers, you holster your pistol, you go back to your rifle, you run up the hill, you go in the Connex building,
need a safari
you
lamp.
shoot. Yeah, do they make those for fucking the CZ Tactical Sport? I might as well just shoot my Beretta. I might just do that. Who knows?
Yeah? Oh yeah, there's a shoot-off, Pookie.
There's a shoot off.
1v1.
Standing 1 foot inside center box and 1 foot inside competitor's respective shooting area. Carbine default, handgun loaded and holstered. Procedure: engage all targets on competitor's corresponding side of the bay from the competitor's respective shooting area, at least 1 steel. Target must be knocked down from both sides of competitor's respective wall. The popper must be engaged last in the far side of competitor's respective wall.
I think it's like a single elimination bracket, and you shoot 1v1.
That's all the way closed and it's at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock.
Yeah, because you're not actually completely closing the gas port. And that's when you broke it?
That's when I broke it.
Okay.
It's because essentially the gas is coming back from the suppressor, so it's driving that more than what it would be unsuppressed. Alright, that's pretty tight. Let's do one more just for sanity's sake.
Okay. That was way better.
Yeah, that's it.
That was like 3 o'clock. What'd you do?
It's closed off.
How's the track?
Dude, it doesn't move.
Yeah?
Doesn't move.
It's not what you think. There are 2 suppressors. Tyler and Ben will have both of them.
So essentially I gotta get it, I found out that I don't have it shimmed enough because now as it's heated up, it's loose. Why is it square versus round?
Yeah.
Because that's the shape of the bar stock.
Oh shit.
So we made it with a mill instead of like a lathe, because a lathe cuts rounds and all we have is a mill. So we decided to make something different, and that would be a square suppressor. So I'm gonna do a small, I did a one size up from a .40, I think it was. That's our...
Yeah. Still loaded. Still locked in. Listen. Dark room. Phone face down. Got ghosts in my group chat. Don't say a sound. Big wins. Still feel small. Got rags in the backpack. Hard to call. Ran from the past, but it caught that flight. Every little scar that I tried to hide shows up loud when I close my eyes. Heavy as dead, can't hold it right. Power trip, but I'm tired, I keep crashing. Every little move feel massive. Every lost feel tragic. Power trip, got a crown, but it feel like plastic. All of this pain in the adolescence. All of the weight I'm dragging, yeah, yeah. Yeah, mom,
I'm gonna
pray
walk
for
up
me,
to
voice
25
on
real
my
quick.
voicemail.
Oh, that's why you're a ton.
How much you think?
You're at roughly 10 yards there, and this is about 4 inches off, so 4 times 10 is 40, so you need to go 40 MOA to the right.
Where was that?
Right on top of your other 2. Right. Come down 2 more mils. So I'm pretty on.
200?
Yeah, so I'm like an inch low, if that. So, and these are definitely flyers. So I'm gonna call that good because we're dead on at 50, and we're just like an inch low at 200. There's probably not gonna be too many targets out at 200, and at that distance, an inch isn't gonna matter because the minimum target size is 8 MOA. So the smallest target we're going to see at 200 is 16 inches wide.
The boys are here.
How many?
1.
Good.
That was right. That was left. Left again.
There you go. 4 rounds.
Yep. Bonsai! Okay. That's why he's the best in Little Rock. Very nice.
And I think it was like a center head too.
This gun just shoots dings.
Dude, I love
behind it.
I love it.
It's very flat.
I could have
too.
shot a second shot after that.
Right.
It just came right back on me. That's good.
So that was.
What are you shooting?
PFC bronze. It's a pretty soft little 223 load. 200. That's it. I'm feeling good.
They're at 100. Okay.
He's only a football field away.
I said it over here. Get out of the way!
You went behind me. Yours is tilted.
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty neat. I like the 45-degree tilt.
Yeah, I just
Everything's offset about that shit. Hold on. I'm running away.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
The material, so pretty much it spins the material while the mill fixes the material, and the mill will cut from there. It just took forever, dude. But they turned out nice. I mean, his is obviously way louder on that pistol.
Yeah.
But it's decently quiet on that long one.
Everything's loud on a pistol AR though. I mean, it's a 10.5.
Yeah. You like my kung fu fighting?
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Yeah, that's why I carry a gun. Beat them anyways.
Just put the thread protectors on it.
No. Put the brake on it. It's worth it.
Where's your A2 at?
Were you planning on winning tactical?
Yeah.
Is that a question?
I plan on showing up. I plan on winning.
Put the brake on.
Just put the damn thread protectors on it or whatever.
I didn't bring my 40-round mag though, so that would be the only thing competition about it.
You can use mine.
Oh, okay. Where's the A2 at?
Really suppressed barrel for the Mini 14.
Maybe.
Yeah.
At the rate we're going now, no.
Have like a 4-chamber brake for it.
I really like this scope. Have you looked through this?
No. Well, I looked through his earlier. It's alright. I don't like the reticle. If we're being
turn it
honest.
on, I'm sorry.
The reticle is thick.
It's not that. I just hate the shape of all of it.
Is it different than mine?
No, it's the same as yours. I just hate the shape.
If you had told me a year ago that I would be using a second focal plane scope with a BDC reticle, I'd be like, no.
I think your holster needs some lube.
No. I have been debating, hey, should I cut this out of my holster? This much of the front out? So
Hey,
it
James.
comes out quicker?
Hey. What's up, buddy?
Say Tyler? Can you say
Big gun.
big gun?
Big gun.
Say big gun.
Big gun.
Well,
Say black
alright.
bad.
This is the backup box. It has a Yeah, Daddy.
Alright, well, we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave after that.
Y'all have fun.
From the last loss, ashtray full like a coin toss. View from the window, pure facade. Fake Eiffel Tower, man-made God.
Down in Vegas, crowds like smoke. Every hand reaches, still feel broke. Alone in Vegas, bright red glare. Undergo room.
It's so cold. It hurts. It just hurts. When it's not your whole body and it's just one extremity, it's a next level type of pain when you submerge it in ice water. Like I would prefer a full body ice bath to just sticking a hand or an arm in there. Oh, it hurts so bad. I just don't want this to get in the way of the match. It feels painful and inflamed in the typical place, and kind of the typical loading, but it is kind of coming back out of nowhere, which is really frustrating. The occupational therapy has been going really well, and I mean, the peptides are working, so it's a little bit of a surprise that it's kind of come back. I did not do much shooting leading up to the match. It was a lot of rifle, but I only shot like 100 rounds yesterday. I mean, you were there, you saw it was not a lot of shooting. So it was feeling this way since yesterday. Or really since like very early this morning, kind of at night. It was just like tender. Like I could tell there was a lack of confidence in the gripping, but I've taken ibuprofen, which I try not to take often, but I've taken a good bit of that, and I'll do a little bit of dry fire just to check up on my grip, build some confidence. Even if the grip is hurting, I will find new things to do that keep it stable in dry fire without inflaming this any further. But I think after this match, a significant break will be what I'll be due for.
The theme of today. Wait, did you just hear that hawk?
Yeah. Geek. I came from the block with the frost on my sleeves. Late night runs, got the cash in the seams. New whip gleam, but the scars still show. I learned young how the cold wind blow. Phone light blink, I don't waste no time. One hand on the wheel, one hand on the grind. If it's smoke in the room, I don't fold, I don't panic. I move like a ghost, but my heart stay giant.
Hands up high, let the choir rise.
They tried to break me, I survived the night. Both souls singing in the new school fit. I keep my head low, but my vision hit. Keep the strap on.
What are you talking about? What's up, Pookie? You feeling good, bro?
Keep the strap on me.
Through the rain, through the heat.
Keep the strap on me.
Choir say amen when the block get mean. I stay prayed up still.
Keep the strap on me.
Fresh white tee, but the mind stay sharp. Got a queen in the back and a wolf in the dark. Told my brother move smart, move clean. No loose talk when you live this dream. I see fake love fade like smoke in a hall. So I put my own name on trip on the call. If they circle the house, then the gates stay locked. And my prayers go up when the door gets knocked.
Hands up high, let the choir rise.
They try to break me,
I survived the night.
So singing in the new
school fit.
I keep my head low, but my vision hit.
Keep the strap on me. Keep the strap on me.
Through the rain, through the heat.
Keep the strap on me.
Choir say amen when the block get mean. I stay prayed up still.
Keep the strap on me. Ooh, let it ring like a hymn in the dark.
From the pavement to the heart.
If the wolves come close, I don't lose my peace.
Got a voice in the rafters calling over me.
Keep the strap on me. Keep the strap on me.
6 rifle paper and 6 rifle steel, 10 pistol paper and 1 bonus pistol steel. Woo! Procedure: pistol array 1. It's the only pistol array. Okay. Can be shot using any of the ports in section A or B. That's the middle and that side.
Yep.
Okay. There is a maximum of 2 shots per port. Got it? Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
2 shots you cannot go back to a port once you have shot it.
Correct.
What?
I have a question about the staircase port. Is the entire opening one port?
We'll get to that.
Yeah. Up on top.
Are you ready? Stand by.
All right, let's go. 5 to the back.
Are you gonna film us running up the stairs?
Let's go!
Obey. Am I retarded? Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5. We just shot 5? We just shot 5. Damn, we're moving. Hey, no one listen to Hey,
wait.
Y'all can't tell me nothing. Get your fingers out.
I've been loading mags to 20.
Well, I've shot
I can count.
6 things. I don't know what y'all's problem.
Are we just that fast?
Yeah.
We were supposed to start on one.
No, we weren't. No, it was 2.
We're squad 22.
Well, we 30 on squad 2 or stage 2. There was nobody on stage 1. So behind us.
The bragging rights for the year. Who's gonna get the first pick at the prize table? Is it gonna be you? How about you? You? You got this?
We're starting with rifle. You're gonna load, pistol, rifle on the barrel. Then you can grab your rifle, step back here, straddling the start 6. Timer will go off. You must engage all 3 paper. 2 hits, doesn't require wear. Dump, rifle, come to this side. At least 1 piece of steel must be taken on the plate rack from this side. You then may come over here, clear the plate rack, and end on the finishing steel. If you miss 1 on the plate rack and you shoot the finishing steel, it automatically goes to the other guy. So, clean the plate rack, then the finishing steel. Yeah. Touch tips, touch tips. Stand by!
Let's go. Speed it up. Finish it out strong. Oh my goodness. See? Never give up. Never. That's right. Erik versus Tyler up next on the shoot-off stage here, the GOAT 2.0. Welcome to Florida, everybody. This beautiful metropolis, Holt, Florida, in the Panhandle. It's amazing. So good to be here. We're glad you're here too. Oh, we're getting a face-off right now. That's right. Team business.
Let's go, boys!
All right, I've got the manliest song possible up next, so be ready for this. Testosterone flowing everywhere. Oh, very nice. Left side. Looks like Tyler's gonna take it. We got to get a face-off for this one, gentlemen, to the center once you're ready. This is the finale, the final. Ben versus Shelby. It is going down.
After we're done, stick around for just a second. Don't walk away.
No ready. Are you ready? Stand by.
We got to fight to the end right here. Oh my goodness. Ben Squad 22 shoot-off stage winner, the GOAT 2.0 2026. Ben is your winner.
One of us.
Woo!
He walked with a name in his mouth and a weight on his side. Said the sky been folding inward like a paper knife. He counts the days on his knuckles, one scar at a time. Every sunrise feel borrowed, every breath on lease. He prays for the living and he wipes the steel clean. Says, God, keep my hands gentle, keep my vision clear. He don't want the smoke, he want the road to bend. He don't want the end to find him at the end. He see tomorrow shaking like a bird in a cage, and every step he takes could be mercy or a rage. Counting down the days, counting down the days. Prophet with the gun, praying I don't blaze. Counting down the days, counting down the days. If death come calling, let my heart say grace. Say grace. He read the cracks in the ceiling, like a map of his blood. Saw his mother in the window, saw the flood in the mud. He said, I've been chosen, but chosen for what? To hold back the night or to learn how to stop. He carried truth in his tongue and fear in his chest. A sermon in the chamber, a storm in his steps. He ain't proud of the iron, he just knows what it means when a man walks alone through the seams of his dreams. He don't want the smoke, he want the road to bend. He don't want the end to find him at the end. He see tomorrow shaking like a bird in a cage, and every step he take could be mercy or a rage. Counting down the days, counting down the days. Prophet with the gun, praying I don't blaze. Counting down the days, counting down the days. If death come calling, let my heart say grace. Say grace. Say grace.
I would say this is one of the quote-unquote sports, and you'll hear a lot of people, even people who are serious about this, call it a hobby. So what you'll often see happen is, even if somebody has a day job or something like this, if they get very good at competitive shooting, they often become an instructor or a coach of some sort, right? There's the teaching side of things, but to be frank with you, yeah, there's not a lot of money. Even if you are a sponsored shooter, a sponsorship in the shooting world, really, or worse yet, like discounted product from the company for you to kind of plaster their brand all over your jersey and your Instagram posts and things like that. So it's a far different scenario than you would see with, you know, other sports where, for example, if you're a basketball player and you get sponsored, the gun culture in general needs to kind of continue to move in the right direction. Guns need to stop being as taboo as they currently are to start to do sponsorships. And the reason I say that is because, you know, with virtually any other sport, you don't really see all of the sponsors within that sport. Looking at like who's sponsoring the basketball stadium, dude, it's not Nike. It's like a telecommunications company or a large investment firm or something like that. So that's one of the things I identify as like, okay, there's a huge disconnect here because all the sponsors in the shooting world at these big events and things like this are other companies in the gun space. Welcome back. One of the biggest discussion points when we talk about shooting LPVOs like this Vortex Razor effectively is how can I get this thing to perform about or actually as fast as a red dot sight? Welcome back everybody. I'm Eric the Armorer. Pleasure to be back on set with y'all again. Again, just starting off, 4 basic rules of gun safety. Treat every gun as if it's loaded, and in this case, as if they're real, right? I expect everyone who's going to be handling a gun to treat them all with the same respect they would give a real hot firearm, okay? Keeping that in mind alone is going to give us a very robust sense of safety. And then, of course, these guns are also not real. So, second rule of gun safety is never point a weapon at anything that you aren't willing to kill, right? So, we will have a scene today where a gun will be pointed at 2 humans. We'll address that and perform extra clearances on the day of that scene. I think the largest benefit of having a YouTube channel is the ease of access for people who are just getting into the shooting space to be able to interact with, hopefully, high quality content that is full of very valuable and current information that high level shooters are using to succeed in the real world, whether it's in competition or outside of that. So the blessing that is the internet allows me to reach so many more people than if I were to just offer, in-person courses for several $100s. You know what I mean? That's a very high price of entry versus simply typing in youtube.com and being able to see information about getting better at shooting at this level of quality. Better Marksman is not just my personal brand or my YouTube channel or my training company. Better Marksman really is the embodiment of my mission to make as many good, responsible people as possible better at these skills, better at shooting. So ideally, the Better Marksman is not me. It's not me showing the world and the internet how good Erik Bruckman is at shooting guns or anything like that. Better Marksman is ideally the person who consumes my content, trains with me in person, or simply supports what we have going on, and they use any of the different avenues of reaching people to become better shooters themselves. The better marksman, so to speak, should be, if I'm doing my job right, the consumer of whatever I produce. The primary mission of Better Marksman is to make your community safer. And I keep it that simple because it's not just about increasing, your shooting performance, and it's certainly not just about this sport that we've come to love so much. It always has been, from the start, about building these skills so that they can be responsibly used should good people ever need to become violent. So once I became competent, I realized that there was a need for people who are good at this stuff to be able to communicate effectively to a much wider audience of people. And if I can do that for as many people as possible, and if I can do that for just one person to the point where it sets them up for success should they need to use these skills in real life, I feel like I've done a good job.
Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop. Get down in the car,